Good evening, my dear YouTube viewers. Today we will switch over to the importance of observation. In natural sciences, the observation research technique is particularly the human being senses role is important rather than the individual who is doing the experiments. Whereas in social sciences, senses is maybe important, but the participant, that is the researcher, will also involve in the research activities if it is the social sciences. In social sciences, contextual behavior is very important. Later it followed the scientific approach. In 18th century, anybody can observe the society and give their own opinion. Like that, example, travelers, missionaries and administrative personnel, particularly foreigners. Even though they may not be available, they disappeared, but their content is depicted. It was noted down. In 19th century, maybe it is divided, the observation methodology is divided into two categories. One may be vague or scientific approach. Second one is nometic or idiographic. Nometic is equal to, it helps for the law of evolution. Whereas the idiographic is also useful to understand the history of specific events. That's why sociology is very important and it is named as the science of society. It will study the society very systematic way, and it also inspires nometic rather than idiographic. Society has the capacity to prepare or make the norms based on religion and cosmology. Then the man can also prepare some norms. Example, taboo and incest, femininity and masculinity. There are number of aspects for the society, but each aspect has the definite purpose and it will be logically and rationally explained. And this Turner said, at one hand, the society is studied through the following ways: formal theories, assumptions, concepts, prepositions, law, like in natural sciences. According to Gridge et al., at another hand, they also studied diversity and multiplicity may not be possible to explain the generalizations and casual explanations. Once again, we will rebrush the subject matter. The observation research technique. Out of all research techniques, observation plays the central role. Already in the last class I told you. In natural sciences, the observer's senses role is very important. Whereas in social sciences, he himself will participate in research program, research activity. In general, social sciences, contextual behavior is very important. Theoretical, instead of the theoretical behavior, in a particular context, how the people will behave, that is very important. Later it will be trimmed by the scientific approach. are shaped by the scientific approach. In 18th century, anybody can do the observation and they should write some note. Example, travelers, missionaries and administrative personnel in specific foreigners. Even though they may not be available now, they disappeared. But the matter was depicted, it was recorded, or in a document form or monograph form. In 19th century, there may be the chance to divide in two categories the observation method. One is vague and pure scientific approach, and the second one is nometic and ideographic. The nometic means it is useful for the law of evolution, and ideographic is useful to understand the history of specific events. That's why sociology is a science of study, a science of society. It will study the each facts in a systematic way. And then the sociology will also inspire nometic rather than the ideographic. And the society has the capacity to create the norms with the help of cosmology and religion. Then, in another side, the man can also prepare some norms, that is, taboo and insist, femininity and masculinity. There are number of aspects in the society. Each aspect has a definite purpose, and it will be explained logically and rationally. According to Turner, at one hand, if you study the society, we can find the following concepts. One is formal theory, assumptions, concepts, prepositions, law, like in natural sciences. And according to Gridge et al., at another hand, they studied the society, though it may be the diversity and complexity may not possible to explain the generalizations and casual explanation. This is today's lecture. Please kindly do the subscribe. This is Bindu taking leave from the YouTube platform. Good day and good night.